thank you for pressing that play button because it is going to be a great video. Last week, we sat down with Anthony Dio Martin of MWS Indonesia, and it was a great chat, so much so that I've decided to film it, and then now to share it with all of you. It is going to run for about 15 to 20 minutes, but I assure you it is going to be worthwhile because in it, he shares his experience about bringing MWS into Indonesia as a country representative some 5 years ago, as well as his personal take on the training industry. Now wouldn't you want to know? So, if you're interested in listening to his experience as a master trainer, as a country representative, and as an entrepreneur, then I encourage you to continue watching this video. Grab a pen and paper, and I'll send you on your merry way.
2003 and 2009, so almost running for 7 years, 8 years. We are one of the solid training provider throughout Indonesia. But of course, after you're running for a while, you have a solid client. What client expects from you? Especially we have a very good bonding with the client. They're expecting us to where's other solutions. In a business point of view, we have to develop, we have to keep improving. Japanese people say Kaizen. Of course, the hard thing for us is while you're doing teaching, you also have to establish the product, invent the product. So in fact, deep down before we met MWS is the needs for us to have the product, new product. What other product we can join partnership, or we can be in partnership together to bring it, especially in the market of Indonesia for our clients especially. Then we see the mini workshop series with the a lot of products. It's not only about products, because when we talk products with MWS, usually people will misled by thinking about the modules. But I think it's not about the modules, not about the Indonesia. Now we have the 72 titles, because that's the one that we have been translated. But I know internationally we have about 80 something. But in Indonesia we have 72. But I think it's not about the 72. It's about the business model that I like. The first thing is we think about looking for the modules. But what we got is not only the modules, it's the business. So when we introduced the business in 2009, we know that people not only need the modules, but also need the way to running the business in terms of how we have the client.
Their own company.
Yeah. So it's not only they have the modules, because some of the companies already get used to with the buying the modules.
Okay.
A lot of training companies selling the modules.
There are contents.
They were asking, hey, can you have me of the modules? Okay, training for trainers for teaching the modules. But what MWS providing is not the modules. Starting by teaching the mindset. It's the teaching mindset first. Then the modules come first. That's why, to me, why we are doing good in Indonesia for the companies that coming to us is, well, we really appreciate that we take time to teach and develop our internet trainers, so they have the skill to teach.
Are other companies not doing this in Indonesia?
Not so far. Either they're doing both. Either they're doing one of the side.
Okay.
Either we have a lot of company who did the training for trainers, or the company that only provide a certain solution. So you want to buy this module, okay, we do the training for trainers for the certain modules. But that's it. There is no company that do the combination. Only new successes. They have the teaching of the training for trainers. Because not necessarily the company want to buy the product. They just want to have a trainers inside the company who can teach like professional. So many workshop service give the opportunity to learn how to teach like professionals. That's why we get the client. That's why a lot of like company come to us because they know we've been doing very well before. So what is the secret? Through mini workshop service, we teach them how to do the secret. At the same time, some of the company also, well, we not only want to have the trainers, we also want to have the product, so we can also sell the product. So now we can have the two. This is the beauty of the mini workshop service that we saw is happen in Indonesia.
The chances of them being persuaded and convinced is highest.
Yeah. Of course, the first thing is we starting with the. Right now, we have a lot of clients that already it help us a lot. Most of the company that being partner or being helped by us, assist by us is some of a good reputation with the company. Like we have MWS Indonesia, all the multinational and also well-known Indonesian company. Of course, that's to give us strong recommendations.
Okay.
So when it comes to the client,
It's by reputation.
Yeah, by reputation. But it's also because of the value that we give. Aside from what being promised, we also have the client. So we also like what we did with some of the client in Indonesia is after they send the training for trainers, we call in Indonesia essential license trainer, the ELT. After they come up to have the mini workshop service in Indonesia to be trained as a trainers, we also give the support afterwards. For some company, we even have the team who help them to build the institute, the corporate institute, the corporate university. We teach them how. So after they're being trained, they saw also the post service that we are giving for them. Until now, some of the company show the gratitude, showed how they are grateful working with us because we are really helping them, showing not only helping some of the company that we are that might see is okay, our people just come for the training for trainers, but after that is finished.
Okay.
But what mini workshop service did in Indonesia is after the training, we also help them. If you want to build the corporate institute or corporate university, we give them the methodology, how they're going to start, by the module, how the modules have to be done. So we still assist them. So by having that, we really give the value for the company, and the company knows. Yet they first invest for all the trainers. Usually they will start thinking, okay, where is the return of investment? But once they saw that we are also helping them to build the university, the corporate institute, and the class is also running by this all essential license trainer, and it's class and hundreds and thousands of the employees starting to be trained by this essential license trainer. They're starting to see the value. Oh yeah, rather than they send it to somebody, to the trainers outside, that value itself really give them a convincing, really convince them that okay, the money they spend for working with the MWS is also worth it.
Can you share like what sort of challenges did you face the first time you were introducing MWS concept?
Yeah, because at that moment there is not even any countries
Okay.
except in Malaysia. So when I asked which other countries, no, it doesn't exist. You're the first.
So it was a problem of convincing others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the first. Maybe start at the same time in different places, but it's not concrete yet. They have been doing very well in Malaysia, but not in other countries outside Malaysia.
Okay.
Well, to me, it's okay. We give a shot. So the first challenge was, of course, as a businessman, it's the question: will it work or not? Because Malaysia is Malaysia, Indonesia is Indonesia. I don't know about the other countries, but my concern is Indonesia, which is a different market. But at that moment, I still have a positive thinking that there is a similarities, there is the things that we can use, well, we can work to, because the culture is quite similar between Indonesia and Malaysia. It's quite similar. And then when we should give the first shot, we start with the launching. When the launching is a huge success and the acceptance was there, at that moment I know it will be working very well. As a businessman and also a trainer, we feel that we're already doing very well in Indonesian market. But of course, once you're a businessman, you are also a businessman. You want to keep improving. You want your business is growing. But at that time in 2009, the model is not concrete yet. So it's a bit of risk taking for me. So the first step is based on my trust. We didn't expect it that it would grow like this.
Because you said during the launch, you had that feeling that it was going to work. So what was that feeling?
No, it was the experience and all the businessmen that we invited and coming and give the command. They like the first time when we present the model, we introduced the model, we introduced the MWS. They said, yes, we really like it, we really love it. From that comment, because we're serving the client, the customer is the team. When any comment, the feedback is something important for us. When the feedback is there, we believe that okay, this is going to work.
Okay, so if there is one thing that you can change about MWS, what would it be?
Well, right now we are really like struggling. Well, I can't say it's struggling. A struggle from a positive point of view that we are trying to convince more people that this is the solution. Because every time with the corporate client, I was mentioned about the 7 trends in the current industry. And mini workshop series actually met all the 7 criteria. Which is, first is want more edutainment. In mini workshop series, we highly convince people to have more activities. Secondly is people were asking more.
I'm also wondering whether I have any crumbs. Okay.
Secondly is shorten the time. And mini workshop series is one of the training providers and a training solution that promote the short and concise 4 hours. See, the third is about giving more tips, application. Mini workshop series, because of only 4 hours, they try to convince all the trainers to be more, not more on theory concept, but more on the tips application. The fourth trend is about that people memorize more when the information is combined with emotion. Information plus emotion is memorization. Memory meaning here is more on the context, what the techniques, the activity, not only the concept. See, we are also promoting that value. The fifth is about the trend. People will love to have more practitioner. I always said that a lot of practitioner is not a good trainer, but a lot of trainers is not have a good experience. So by having an internal trainer from the corporate, what we do have? We do have a good combination of trainers and people who is actually working in the corporate environment. That's the fifth trend. The sixth trend is talking about thinking globally, act locally, and touch individually. Meaning, we have to know the trend of international, and mini workshop series try to bring all the idea, update information. But of course, mini workshop series always say that we provide the content, you provide the context. Meaning, every essentials licensing trainers or the trainers from coming from the TTT should be able to know the content and put it in the context inside the corporate, because they know the situations inside the company, but also be able to touch individually, meaning they also should be able to be coached. And the second trend is the high tech. That's what the mini workshop service always do. I think one thing that mini workshop has been doing very well, this is honestly that I saw that made me really strongly promoting mini workshop service, is because of the technology. They try to bring, they're using the podcast, they're using their portal, they're using everything. Meaning that mini workshop service is not only like, okay, this is the solutions, okay, whether you want to use it or not, this is us. But they want to also develop and improve the solutions because of this trend, the high tech. So when we see the trend and we see the mini workshop service, we see there's a lot of similarities.